Hey everybody, welcome to the Rocket Girl Show. I'm Belinda Sandor, also known as Rocket Girl, and today we're going to talk about better project management. Hey everybody, welcome to the Rocket Girl Show. I'm Belinda Sandor, and today we're going to talk about better project management. So when you're working on a project with your client, you really want to spend some time getting ready for the project itself. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when a client says to you, okay, here's a project, we're going to work on this together, you want to outline the project goal. What does the client want to accomplish? And you want to take some time to discuss this with the client and also write it down. Now, goals might change during the course of the project, but the thing is that the goals are going to anchor you. They're going to anchor your decisions. So when you get to, when you're inside the project, you're doing the work and a decision comes up, it's good to look at the goal. And it's easy, especially if you're using software, to chase shiny objects inside of a project, and get off track. And before you know it, the goal was to create a one-page website. And now all of a sudden, you're off to the races and you're installing all these other things and making the project different than what you originally started with. So outline the goal, write it down, refer to it, know that you can change it. But I want changing the goal of the project to be a conscious decision. And this goes for your own work as well, right? This goes for your own work. Now, depending on what the project is, you'll need to find a solution, okay? So you might start with a Google search for the top applications to do X, Y, or Z. The other thing you can do is you can post in the community, the VA Connection or VA School or the VIP Club, whatever community you're part of at the VA Connection, and ask people, have you ever done this? Because we have this giant community, right, with all of these people who are working on the same types of issues. So Google it. See and look at what the functionality of the software is or the solution against the goal of the project, right? So if, for example, you're installing a CRM and one of the goals of the project is to be able to email from inside the CRM, you want to make sure that that's on your list to find the right solution. Okay, I've done that. I've looked at CRMs, gotten really excited about them, and then realized a key piece of the project was not able to happen with that software. So make sure you do that as well. And tell me where you're coming in from. I can see some comments coming in. Hey, Sandy. The next thing I want you to do is to try it out. Now, the fastest way to do this is to get a demo. Now, that's not always possible. It's not always possible to get a demo. Some software, I think if you wanted to get on a sales call with someone at MailChimp or WordPress, that's probably not going to happen. However, for some applications you can. And so I get the salesperson on a Zoom or on a call and I say, can you just show me the overall functionality of this? And I've got what I'm trying to accomplish written down, right? And I have a list of criteria based on that I can ask the salesperson about. So the thing that's great about that is in just a couple of minutes, I can rule out software that's on my list and know why. And if the client cares, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, you can share with them, your process for going through this. Okay. So the other thing that's really good to do is to get a trial. Get a trial of the software if it's available and poke around. I love to do that for my own business, to get a trial of software that I think I might like excuse me, project management software. I absolutely have done that. Put a project in it, see how it feels, see how how it solves the problem that I'm trying to solve. And so a free trial is a great way to do that. Now, the other thing that you want to do is pay attention to the support. If you are a potential client and you're asking questions and you're not getting a response that is quick enough for you, Keep that in mind because that could potentially slow the project down, and that could be a reason to choose another solution. Okay. And pay attention to how they perform support. For example, sometimes back in the dark ages, you could actually get someone on the phone. Nowadays, it's usually chat or email. But I want you to try, especially if this is like a really big deal, like the VA Connection is housed on Kajabi. Kajabi chat support is amazing. I wouldn't have guessed that. Yesterday, there were 3 different things I wanted to do. I didn't know how to do them. Boom, boom, boom. All got handled. Gravity Forms, they do their support via email. Very responsive. And then I found other software solutions that they're not. And you end up spending more time and more money than maybe is in the budget for solving this particular problem. So keep that in mind as well. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is running redundant systems. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say that your client is moving into the new year, and they want to start using a calendar like Google Calendar that's online. If they are used to using a paper calendar, I want you to encourage your clients to use both at the same time for a period of time to make sure that that everything that's in that paper calendar has been transferred over, and so that there aren't mistakes made. That's also a good thing to do if you're moving into a different project management software. Run the old system and run the new system at the same time to make sure that there aren't any holes. I know I had a client who she was a nutritionist, and she ran her whole practice with paper. And when we moved her over to a digital system, she kept her notes in both places for probably 2 or 3 weeks just to make sure that everything is working well. Okay, good. Yes, Maria is with a broken ankle, I'm sorry, in Snowy, Pennsylvania. And yes, Sandra, love Kajabi. Their tech support is so great. Here's what they did yesterday. So I'm working on a new homepage for the VA Connection, and every time I moused over the banner, it was changing. It was like having a hover issue, essentially. And so I got on chat, and they sent me the CSS code. They're like, just put this here. I'm like, okay. I would have had to hire someone, explain what I was trying to do, figure it all out. And they just, boom, sent me the CSS code. So that was really cool. Okay, so redundant systems are really important, especially, but not limited to, financial systems. So if you're used to tracking your financial information in Excel and you're going to move to QuickBooks, you want to do it in both places for, in that case, as long as a month to make sure that everything ties out properly. Okay, good. All right, so before we go today, I want to let you know a couple of things. One is the next VA Client Kickstart Challenge is starting on January 16th. We're getting ready. We're getting everything organized, and I'm really excited. So if you're thinking about being a VA, or you've been a VA for a while and you're struggling to get that steady stream of clients, I'd love for you to put that on your calendar. Go to go to vachallenge.info, sign up, and get yourself in your seat in January so we can just really make 2023 your year for your business. Okay, good. So thank you guys for coming. It's great to spend this time with you, and have a great rest of your day. I'm Belinda Sandor, Rocket Girl, signing off. Bye for now.